Hey everybody, this is Brandon with Southern Style Off-Road. Today we're going to be installing a full plate bumper on a 3rd gen Tacoma. We just recently came out with these with the integrated stage 2s, so it's all one full plate bumper ready to go on the truck. So today we're going to be showing you how to make the cuts, installing the bumper, and let's get to it. First thing we're going to do is put your tape down to where we're going to make the cut. So if you come closer, you can see where I put the inside edge of the 1-inch painter's tape we use. Remember, use 1-inch painter's tape because you're going to cut on this side. So mark it or lay it to where it's on the leading edge right here of this crease, and your cut will be on the outside. And as you come along the edge, this is kind of our updated cut version. So you see this tape that comes on the outside of the other tape. We're going to make that cut right there. You want to taper it off to where it's about 1/4 inch down here, and then follow this edge down to where there's a little lip on the bottom side right here, and then on the very bottom side you're going to make a cut just right here on that crease. These cuts down here, since you're doing a stage 2, these cuts don't really matter. You could mess up if you need to, or, make it easier. You need to cut or make a relief cut or whatever you can. Because we're going to be cutting off this much of the fender, so you don't need to worry about that. As long as your cut's right here, down to here, at least down to here, good. You'll be fine. We got to cut the stage 2 part of it now. Now that we got the center portion cut out, we'll start on the stage 2 portion of it. Take your tape. We're gonna line up this corner and this line right here. So get you a straight line somehow from there, from that corner to this line. That'll give us somewhere to come off of to measure and give you points of alignment for the cut. For the stage 2 portions of the cut, I'm going to give you some measurements. First we'll start off with the beginning of the cut and the end of the cut. So come right here, there's a line, kind of a crease line you're going to follow right there, that little piece. Put your tape measure on the corner of it, where the corner of this right here, put it right there, follow that line down, and you're going to come down about 2 inches. Now we're going to utilize this tape line that we made. So put your tape measure at the top of it, and you're going to line it up with the fog light, the end of the fog light crease right here on your bumper cover. So measure there, line it up on the side. You're going to come down 9 inches. 9 inches, about, let's see, right there. Make your mark right there. And another thing to remember is you always want to make sure you have a little bit of a lip on this bottom part of the fog light corner or edge. That way you the edge trim has something to stick onto and grasps. Next line we're going to make is going to be on this crease right here. So just like this one, you're going to line your tape measure up with this crease, and the top of the tape measure will be at this tape line you made. So on the top up, on the side up. Come down 8 3/8. And the next line, we're gonna use this crease. So it's gonna be 7 7/8 coming down. Same way you did these lines. Just mark it up, line it up with that crease, the top of it with the line. It's gonna be 7 7/8. The last measurement we're going to take is from this fender liner bolt. So we're going to come from the middle of the bolt down 2 inches. So line it up middle of the bolt, come down 2 inches, make your mark, just like that. And that'll be all the lines. Now we will mark it with the tape. Now that we got the tape line on all of our marks. Now we'll get it out the Dremel again and start cutting away. So this cut right here on your fender flare, you kind of want it to be clean, so because there's not going to be fender liner on it. So you want it to be as clean and straight as possible. So we'll do that one first and get it nice and clean. After you got your cuts made, you can clean them up with a file, any kind of file or something like that. Just clean the edges up a little bit. Next thing we're going to do is take the crash bar off. It's aluminum bar that where your bumper is actually going to bolt onto. So I got one off, but there's 2 bolts on the outside and 1 right on the inside. You're going to have to pop your hood to get to. It's just right on the other side of this little bar. There's a 10 millimeter screws that go in right here. Just undo those. That's what that connects to. It keeps that fender liner from flapping around. So we'll get these off real quick. All right, once you got the crash bar removed, now you got it, it's nice and open down here. We need to take these 17 millimeter bolts out. Just like that. These will slide in and out, but we're gonna keep them there because we supply bolts to actually bolt back up in here to secure the bumper also. Now we'll mount the edge trim. Should be in the hardware kit you got with the bumper or around it. So we'll put the edge trim on all the way around, starting with, there might be some little clippings to take off, but you start off, of course, not on the flare, but on the bumper cover itself, and just press it on all the way around. Once you got your edge trim off, or on, sorry, you're gonna need to take this factory tow hook off if you have one. It's just 2 17 millimeter bolts. Then, now we'll be ready to put the bumper on. With a friend. Alright, once you got the bumper on, get your hardware kit. It should hang on the frame horns without any nuts on it. So get your bumper bolts. There should be 6 of them because you're gonna have 3 on each. 3 on each side. Go ahead and secure those. Get it centered. We mainly look at the gap on the fenders right here and on the outsides. Kind of get them even, get them where you want it, and then you can start buttoning them up with the frame mount bolts. Everybody, that is our completion of the full plate bumper install. I will tell you, if you do have a winch or light bar, make sure to put that on before you install your bumper. Obviously, you won't be able to install a winch afterwards. You can do a light bar afterwards, but it makes it a pain to do with it on the truck. The fender liner on the insides, driver and passenger, just cut them to where you think, at an angle, straight across, it doesn't matter, as long as you just don't want them flapping around too much. That, add any accessories, your D-rings, whatever, and you're good to go. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.